God, what a bite, dude.
Hell yeah.
I hung it up on a rock and I just let it sit.
Good fish?
Nope.
Stay fish.
Strong, girl. Jig. Good morning. Welcome back. It's been a hot minute. It is the very last day of March. First one of the day. Little guy. Beast Coast. Baby dozer this time. Stealth crawl. Little Kitech on the back. Thank you, pretty girl. It's cold. The water temp out here is still 45. We're in southern New Hampshire. It has been a brutal late winter, early spring for a whole host of reasons. None of that matters. The important thing is that we still keep coming out and keep trying. If it makes anybody feel better, we're not the only ones struggling. Like, everybody has been having a hard time. You get your outliers, you get plenty of guys that know like a few spots extremely well and they crack them, but for the most part, it has been very tough this year to get started. The only thing that has had any consistency, and it's never the same, it's one or the other, has been jerkbait or jig. And you go back to any of the videos we talked about, either one of those things, we're just employing the same tactics and techniques that we've always done during that time in these same exact areas. Just the number of bites have been extremely hard to come by to start this season. Keep that in mind for anybody watching this as you're about to start getting out there. Hopefully, by the time you get out, the water temp is a lot warmer. Right now, again, 45 degrees, it's frigid. We keep getting this up and down weather, so it just hasn't had a chance after ice out to climb. And right now, we're looking in that first week of April, like a pretty gnarly nor'easter is coming, so it may make things even worse. Doesn't matter, there's open water, I'm gonna keep going for it, and I'm gonna keep fishing slow. Slower than death. Hope for the best. While you're hunting, I'm going to prepare yet another jig because I have problems that can only be cured with more rods. I don't know, maybe we go run rocks. So far, the only fish we got to react positively was that one that we just saw over here for your jerkbait and the one I got on a jig.
I don't know what I'm doing.
There's nothing to know at this point, man. This lake is tough enough as it is, and these conditions are not any easier. Whoa.
Is that fish or is that
That looks like fish to me.
a bunch of rocks?
Dude, that's fish. That's all fish.
Get my jerkbait, see if they want that.
No way. Yeah, dude, that's fish. Holy.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's pointing.
Maybe.
Oh my God.
Holy
Dude.
net.
Dude. 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 Holy that was wild. Yeah. All right, your turn. Get in there and him up.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
That was nuts. Look at all of them. Down the hatch. Dude, so live scoping around, just trying to see if we can see activity. Pull up to the end of a rock pile and they are stacked, and I went to burn my jig back so he could cast his jerkbait, and this thing came bombing out of the bottom of the rocks. I just killed my jig and he went right down for it and boonk. Hell yeah. There you go, 3.65. That might be my biggest fish of the year, man. That one I caught yesterday was skinny.
That's a good one. Oh, that picture.
Take a picture of that one, please. Hell yeah, dude.
It's a nice fish. That was sick.
That was nuts.
I can't believe he actually committed to it after.
Seriously, how many times have we seen that happen and never pan out? That was insane how fast he came out. I thought it was a low 4 at first. All right, that's gonna do it. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. We're done. 2 fish, that's it. Andrew left about 2 hours ago. I stuck it out a little bit. One of the things that I constantly see, and I really want to take the time to bring up for people that are out around this time of the year, water temps still mid 40s or colder. Bluebird skies like this don't usually help me. And you would think it would be good, but you have to take into the context of the weather patterns that we've been having lately. And when we've got this up and down, kind of warm, kind of cold weather, but you get like a really cold, like good cold snap, or like in our case, snow last week, that kind of throws everything off. It's weird, I just tend to do better in overcast conditions. Now on days like this, my bites, usually even my best bites, happen in the morning. Once the sun really gets overhead, it starts to shut off. Until you get a fairly consistent warming trend, do I start to see the big eye in the sky really start to help us out on a more regular, consistent basis. But man, I tell you, the last like 3 or 4 times I've been out, every time the sun's poked out right at 10 o'clock, it shuts off. Now I have the benefit of having forward-facing sonar, and I can actually see the difference in how the fish are reacting. Not many fish we've been catching have been because of that, but it certainly helped just to see how the fish are reacting and behaving as the conditions change. That last fish that I got, I pulled up and I saw a pod of fish, and I went back there and I could see it was really weird. When the sun went away, they all came out of the rocks and became a little bit more active. I just couldn't figure out what they wanted to bite. Sun came out and I could literally all see them like come out off of it. Nice bank like this, all chunky rock, and they were tucked in, and they'd come out to like here, and then they'd go right back in when the sun came out. The sun would dip out, clouds would roll in, they'd come back out, the sun would come out, they'd go back in. It was just weird. I'm not sure if it's just the particular ponds that I continue to chase every spring or if that's a regular thing. I can't say for certain. I'd like to be confident in saying that this is no bueno, but you don't know. It's going to be different with every body of water you go to. And you just have to have an open mind. Even though the water temp says the fish should be doing something because of the time of the year, doesn't necessarily mean that's what they're going to be doing or where they're going to be. And one of the things, I bring that up because even though it's really cold, I went up super shallow and I saw a lot of activity, I just couldn't get any bites. Probably because of the conditions. There's a good chance that even though the water is anywhere from 40 to 44 to 45, I may have gotten a good shallow water bite going. I just couldn't get them to go today. We checked out deep, man, we checked the middle of the lake, we checked every kind of structure this place has to offer. The only 2 fish we got was working a football jig with a swim bait trailer, really, really slow off of rock piles and kind of deeper. We'll say for this place, average depth is like 13 feet, like 6 to 10 feet. Somewhere in that kind of mid towards deeper range, and in both cases they dropped off into deeper water, really shallow, so they could get up there as the sun was warming stuff up. They're ready to make that transition, but they're still really close to that deep water because the conditions are telling them it could go either way. So I may have to go shallow when the sun comes up and it gets warmer. It's still kind of cold, and I don't want it to go too far if I have to go back down deep because conditions changed. Keep an open mind. That's the biggest thing I can stress about this time of the year, and I really hope you all have better luck than I'm having this spring. Hasn't been terrible, but it hasn't been good. Thank you all for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Do me a favor before you go, drop a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Turn on post notifications. You never miss a video. And other than that, maybe leave a comment. See you guys in the next one.